Salut Christian.
Oui, bonjour.
Ça va?
Oui, toi?
My cousin Normand sent me your way. He highly respects your operation and was quite impressed that you guys have 8 X9's. Want to show me around?
Sure.
So tell me, it's you and your brothers and the next generation's in this as well?
Oh yeah, we still farm with my dad and 2 brothers and so far 4 nephews. So there may or may not be more, but that's what we have right now.
What's your dad do these days?
Yeah, he's on a combine right now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Maybe we'll have a chat with him later.
Oh, I'm sure he'd have lots to say.
I'm now in Marie-Reine. I'm with the papa of the Maisonneuve brothers, Maisonneuve family. They're 3 brothers, and the dad is Bernard.
Bonjour.
How are you today?
I'm good.
So you're still driving, still part of this?
So far,
They haven't fired you yet?
no, I'm not that good, but it's all they could find. They couldn't find anybody else.
Yeah, the labor market up north is a little
tough.
tight.
It's
Yeah,
tight
tough.
these days, so we have the geriatrics trucking crew, and I'm one of the younger ones of that, so after a few years, I don't know where they're gonna. Mais je pense que la relève est là.
Yeah. So I hear you got some grandsons now.
Their grandsons are got their class 1s, and 3 of them now, and the fourth grandson, he's in school and he'd rather be here, so I think we got as we say la relève.
Right on. So this technology, is it a little daunting or
No,
no?
I like it. I'm comfortable with it. I like the operation of all. I like to set my screens so that I run them with my joystick, my direction, everything's set.
I don't want to date you, Bernard, but you were probably what do you remember like at tough times on a combine, like no cab?
Yeah, I remember I was at the beginning of when I was like 15 years old. I sat on a Massey Ferguson Super 92 with no cab. It's come a long way, but my dad saw more of a change, and my father-in-law saw more of a change from when they started They started with the horses and the stoots and the thrashing machines. I was before my time, but we had combines, but they were a growth process, and it still is a growth process for these to change every year. Always newer, bigger, better, but sometimes they change something that works, something that doesn't.
And there's 8 X9's. You've updated me. They're 1,000. The model that's 1,000, not the 1,100.
Yeah.
And you guys split them up into 2 clusters of 4.
Yeah.
So they got.
Well, we have one 1,100. Try it out to see if it's in fact bigger and better. We have 2 clusters of 4. We have 2 spare on standby that we're supposed to have, but they're both down and out today. Hopefully tomorrow one will be back. But yeah, 2 clusters of 4 is, in the oats it was a bit dicey. We had to run 4 big grain carts, but it worked out.
And how many grain carts you're working now today in the canola?
Now we're running 3. We have 1 broke down. There always seems to be something.
So ideally you would have 2 and 2 on each cluster.
Depends on the operator of the grain cart. Sometimes, like, we have a couple that are just starting. We don't like to put them under a lot of pressure. But if after a person gets used to it, then it's not for everybody to drive that thing. Not for me. I think about it, but it's normal for some people, and we have one guy that can keep up to 4 of these by himself, and he can do it. And he'd rather be alone to do it because it's more efficient for him. But it's a hard job. A long day on the cart is a big job. The key.
Oh, I recognize your face now.
Yes, how are you?
I do know your face.
You're at Asia?
Yeah, I'm Michel.
You've been gone for how long?
33 years.
That's a long time. I don't know if I remember seeing you that often over time. I think maybe you must have come down for the Nevada a few times.
Yeah,
Not
like
much.
not much. Not after I moved.
I'm the same. I don't go very often, maybe a handful of times.
Everything looks well run, and you do this like it's natural. You're natural at this.
Well, it's a lot of years of experience for sure. And it's passed down from generation to generation, that experience. You only learn it by doing it, so.
190 kilometers separate the furthest of ends of your field. Something very novel that I hadn't seen. You got satellite farms and granaries where you kind of store your grain in between time until it has to go to the elevator. Is that something that you thought of, or is that something common? The Lavois obviously don't do that. Everything's around their farm.
Yeah, well, I think we just kind of naturally fell into it because of the farms we rent out here already have the infrastructure, so we just kind of, obviously it'd be way too far to haul the grain back to our farm. In the spring it'd be the same to try and get the fertilizer and the seed out to this farm from 100 some kilometers away. It wouldn't work, so a lot of this stuff was already here when we started farming up here, so obviously it's quite handy actually. It works well.
But you still go back home at night and is that Nick?
Yeah, we're working on 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night right now, so
Wow.
tomorrow we'll be home and we'll get that extra 2 hours. It'll be nice.
What about those X9's? How are you happy so far? You said that they're just going through like so easy through the canola, I heard you say.
Well, initially because they were new, of course, there was a lot of obstacles, but now they're running well and they're doing a really nice job. Nice capacity, and the losses are really low. Nice machine.
And very dry, so there's no need for the dryer.
No need for drying this year. Too dry.
Did you use a dryer for any of your crop? Any of the wheat?
No, we just dried for the first day in the oats, and that was it.
And that was it. So the dryer is getting a break this year.
I hope so.
And the desiccant on everything, you didn't necessarily need it here, but I think Christian mentioned just to kind of even it out, you decided to do it anyway?
We do, yeah. Try and get the crop evened out. We like to get up here and do everything at the same time so we don't have to come back up here. It's kind of far away from the main farm, so try and plan it to make sure we can get up here and get it all done at once. Sunset House.
Sunset House.
Right.
Yeah, you got some canola that's twice the height that you had to put a plane in to do desiccating, or?
Yeah, it's looking really good over there. We'll see. It's not in the bin yet, obviously, the old saying, but it is a nice looking crop down there, so probably 2 weeks away from harvesting that area.
That'll be the last bit.
It will, yeah.